Hey, welcome to World Entertainment. And Zack Snyder is doing the rounds again for The Dark Knight Returns. Or at least, that's what this website keeps pushing. Now, Cosmic Book News, they generally have good stories and stuff. But when it comes to the Snyderverse, they're a little obsessed and determined to try and make it a reality. Guys, we're here to tell you, it's never happening. Even if James Gunn gets fired in the next hour, they're never going to turn around and go, and Zack Snyder's coming back to re-establish the Snyderverse. It's never happening. But this story, it's interesting. We'll take a look at it. But it goes hand in hand with another article they have, which they do allude to in this, so I won't have to go back to that, which is that apparently the script for The Dark Knight Returns is ready to go. But they're wondering why no offer has been made to Ben Affleck yet. I have the answer for you. They don't quite get it right in this, but let's dive into this. But when it comes to the Snyderverse and these guys pushing it, stop, guys. You've got to stop. It's not coming back. It's never coming back. I will take my hat off if it comes back and say I was absolutely wrong. I can't believe they brought it back, but it's not coming back. Let's dive into this though. As you see, Zack Snyder wants Ben Affleck as Batman in The Dark Knight Returns. Biggest question then is, would Affleck even want to come back? Probably not at this stage. So, Zack Snyder wants Ben Affleck back in the cowl. Following up on our exclusive that The Dark Knight Returns is ready to go with Jay Olivia and built for IMAX, we ask our insiders the obvious question: Affleck as Batman in The Dark Knight Returns? The answer? Zack wants him, but no offers made yet. Now, this is Cosmic Book News insider that keeps telling them the Snyderverse is being brought back. I don't believe that for a second, but this so-called insider keeps doing this. And the reason no offer exists has nothing to do with Affleck. Warner Bros. Projects are on hold until Paramount closes the deal. That, people, is not why there's no offer. We'll get to it after we take all this in. So there it is. Snyder's pick for the Miller Batman is the actor he cast because of the Miller Batman. And the only thing between Ben Affleck, or Batfleck it says there, and a phone call is a courtroom in Oakland. Wrong again. Affleck's Batman was born from The Dark Knight Returns. Snyder announced Batman vs Superman at Comic-Con 2013 by having Harry Lennox read Batman's warning to Superman straight from Frank Miller's pages, before a single actor was cast. The armored suit, the old and meaner Bruce Wayne, the showdown with Superman, all of it came from the book. And Snyder said in 2015 that he deliberately left the story itself untouched, telling press, "You could still make Dark Knight Returns into a movie." And in July, Snyder showed everyone exactly which Batman he pictures, when he and Frank Miller jointly posted a video morphing Miller's Dark Knight Returns splash page into live action. The footage and page dissolved into was that should say what the footage page dissolved into was Affleck's armored Batman from Batman vs Superman. And it just kind of waffles on a wee bit. There is a big reason. Maybe I'll check out that image. It's nothing to do with the merger. It's nothing to do with, hey, everything's on hold at the moment. It's everything to do with, as of right now and until the foreseeable future, James Gunn is in charge of the DCU. So no one outside of that can walk in and go, I got a script for Batman and I'm ready to make it. Let's go, Warner Brothers. No. And there's no indication that David Ellison has any intention of restoring the Snyderverse. So why do they keep going with this stuff? Look, He wants to make The Dark Knight Returns. He hasn't just said it, he keeps saying it, and he keeps saying it very publicly. Fine, that's cool. You do you, dude. Ben Affleck would be great to do a Dark Knight Returns if he was willing to come back. And at this stage, I don't think he would be willing to come back, because he's at the point now where it's like, hey Ben, we want you back as Batman, but here's the thing, you're going to have to pack on the size again. He's probably going to go, oh, you know what, I'm too old for this shit. I'm not doing that. Yeah, or, mind you, he could also be down.
Will it? I'm not too old for this shit. I'm not too old for this shit. You will not. We're not too old for this shit. We're not too old for this shit. We're not too old for this shit. Say like you believe it. We're not too old for this shit. Yeah.
Yeah, could be. But the idea of Snyder being brought in any capacity while James Gunn is still there, you have Matt Reeves doing his Batman. They're not going to do 3 Batmans all together. That's definitely not happening. They can't even do 2 together. But this is all hinging on the fact that they're convinced that Gunn will be out at any moment. That's open season on James Gunn, which it most likely is. But they're having it all based on, once Gunn is gone, Snyder's back. Where is that being shown? We have not seen interest from either party, Warner Brothers or even Paramount, that they want the Snyderverse re-established. And it would fail monumentally if they did it, because the interest is gone. Now, this is why they're talking about this story that we've covered of these director cuts being put out into the big screen, to see what the interest is. You know, will people go and watch the Justice League Snyder's cuts for 4 hours in the cinema? Don't know. It could, as people are saying, it would be hilarious if they do put it out and it made over $1 billion, because then you really start asking questions going, oh, well, now what do they do? But this obsession from Cosmic Book that the Snyderverse is getting restored, it's not. Look, could he be brought in once the Paramount deal closes? Could he actually be brought in to do a one-off Dark Knight Returns? Yes, that is possible. Anything is possible. The reality of it happening, though, is highly unlikely, because they're going to go, we're not going to muddy the water. We can't get rid of these people, bring in new people, re-establish a new universe, get rid of that universe, bring back the old universe that didn't work, and try and go from there. Why would you do that? At the end of the day, what will most likely happen when the Warner Brother deal closes with Paramount is Gunn will be out. Him and Safran, good luck and thanks. Off you toddle. But they're going to keep the actors in place and just try and do a light reboot, but keep the actors in place. Because at this stage, what would be the point in getting rid of the actors? You know, Corn Sweat, he has the look. You know, yeah, he's a bit of a Henry Cavill light, but he has the look. And when we saw that behind the scenes footage of him telling James Gunn how he thinks Superman would handle the conversation with Lex Luthor, Gunn immediately shut him down and said, no, you have to tell him he hurt your fifis and shit. So it was clear Corn Sweat understood Superman. James Gunn did not. So yeah, you keep the actors. Pretty much all of them. There's just a few you could probably go, get rid of them. But overall, will this movie happen? Most likely not. Will the Snyderverse be restored? No. They really need to let that one go. And like, if you're upset about that, well, I got bad news for you when it comes to, well, how do you know it's not going to? Why would you say that? I say it.
I'm the party pooper.
Yep, I am your party pooper. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that there is a possibility that the Dark Knight Returns from Zack Snyder with Ben Affleck could happen? Would you be interested in seeing it? Or do you think they really need to just shut the hell up at this stage about Zack Snyder and the Snyderverse? Because, yeah, it is what it is. Let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and hit that hype button and all of that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.